Hi guys, let me know when someone is here and if you can hear me. I'll wait. Hey, Phoenix, you're always the first. How do you manage? Like every time you are the first. Cool, cool. So let's wait a couple minutes for more people and we'll start. Can you hear me, by the way, Phoenix? Awesome. And BH, also always one of the first people. Okay, so I think let's wait a couple minutes just to have a couple more people because we have only 8 people currently. Hey, and Vladimir is here. Breaking news. Tell us, Ethereum ETF next week. Tell us more, Vladimir, please. You know, you should have come to the AMA, to share this beautiful news. Uh, it may happen, but if you have some insight, let us know. Okay, maybe let's just chat, about this for a while because not a lot of people are here. Yeah, if Ethereum ETF is accepted, I think it's gonna be pretty good for infamous alt season, So I think it can trigger some movements, which would be good for waves because we have a lot of things now. Okay, so let's get started. So yeah, more people are here. Uh, so guys, so what's happening now? Uh, this week we have been testing a unit node within our miners community. Uh, like in this community group. It wasn't public, and the testing is going well. I think we have more than 10 nodes that currently run units node, and everything's going fine. So next week, we're gonna start the public testing when anyone will be able to launch his or maybe even her units node. And also we will publish the code because currently GitHub for units is private, but next week this will change and everybody will be able to launch the testnet node. And I will have one more AMA. Actually, I wanted to do it this week, but okay. Testing is actually not so fast usually, but we didn't run into any major bugs, which is a good point. Uh, but it's always, it's always taking time. It's always slower than you expect. But all is good. All is good. And next week we will release the code finally, and everybody will be able to run units if he's technically savvy. Uh, yes. So what else is happening? Lots of business development is happening, actually. A lot of it. So like we are talking to VC funds, launching legal entities for units because fundraising requires separate legal entity. Participating in conferences. I was on 3 podcasts this week, I think. They all will be published in a few days. And next week I'll be on even more podcasts, and also on Monday, I'm gonna be at a conference in Dubai with a speech. So if you're in Dubai, check my Twitter out. There is uh, uh, the date and the place of this conference. So I welcome you to attend this conference because there is like, if you're in Dubai, Dubai is some kind of a capital for crypto people. Now, it's not a capital of crypto, but it's a capital of crypto people. It's interesting, so because everyone is here. Uh, so if you're in Dubai, it makes sense to attend a couple crypto conferences. So what else? We launched Zili campaign for Power for Ambassador DAO based on Power protocol, for Waves Ambassador DAO in Power protocol. Yes, and it's successful. We have a lot of people there, I think close to 1,000 or something like that. So while you are waiting for Unit's testnet campaign, I think you should participate in Power campaign because it's awesome. It's like, it's Waves Army, guys, so if you want to participate in Units, participate in Waves Army campaign. And you probably want to ask me when the testnet campaign is starting. Yeah, I think we need to have public nodes for the testnet. Maybe a little bit of PR would help. Currently, a couple publications. Next week, we will have several publications in major crypto media. Stay tuned. And after that, I think we are ready. So it's a matter of weeks. And we're just like looking for the right time because there is like a lot of things behind the scenes. Yes. And it also like affects the date of our public campaign. But it's coming and we just need to make it really big. So yeah, guys. So in terms of like public things, not much action this week, but a lot of action under the hood and behind the scenes, So, and this action will show very soon. But I decided not to cancel this AMA because, like, why not? Why not? It's always a pleasure to talk to you and to reply to your questions and maybe like experience some fun. So I always love it. So guys, knock yourself out, ask me anything you want. Vladimir approved Ethereum ETF. I knew that. Vladimir, when Puzzle ETF? I think you should approve it today. Okay. Pete, yes, I have a plan for Pete, but we need some better moment. Yeah, I have a very clear plan for Pete, but just wait. And I think there's going to be some other activities in terms of memes. Pete will fly, but like Pete might be not the only big meme coin on Waves. How are you doing with investors and venture funds? We're doing reasonably well. I would formulate this like that. Yeah, basically. So we have some soft commitments, and now basically it's only this week we have made the legal entity. So now we are ready to fundraise, and now those soft commitments will turn into like real funds. So it's reasonably good. The question is how much, so, and probably we need to raise quite a bit of money, to make it really big. So this is the process, and we are moving forward. Zili Flash Quest, tell me more. Will WX run on Unit's testnet? Good question, actually. I have to think about that. Let's discuss it in private. How is VC talks going? Well, they're going well. Hello, Sasha. Any news on WG audit for remaining buybacks? Buybacks are ongoing, and please wait for its launch because it can actually expedite things quite considerably. Uh, Ivanov, are you investor, founder, or trader? Which one? I'm founder. I'm not an investor, and I'm not a trader. When more people on Zilli, what's happening with Zilli? Is there a problem? Tell me more. How is WX leverage trading coming along? Pretty slow, I must tell you, but the contracts are ready. Like, and only front end is missing. So my estimation, May, yeah, until the end of May is going to be there. When is the next batch of wind? Isn't it over yet? Let me know. I think it was like all waves in all Neutrino treasury was used up for the buyback. When the official end of units, stay tuned, man, because it should be big. And if it's not big, it's not happening. But it will happen when it's big, and it's going to be big. What is the L2MP release rate? The, like elaborate a bit, but I maybe can comment on L2MP. It's currently locked. It will be unlocked closer to units launch. And yes, so the final tokenomics is coming. Why it's not finalized yet? Because as I said, we are talking to VCs, and this changes this game a bit, you know, because they want to have some allocation, obviously. So until we are done with this, the final tokenomics can be revealed, you know. Not until we are totally done, until we have closed at least the seed round. Once the seed round is closed, because I think we'll have not only seed round, but one more round at least. After the seed round is closed, we can reveal the final tokenomics. And I think there is a chance that L2MP will be unlocked before the launch. How is funding for units working? Are they acquiring equity? No, they're like basically they're acquiring allocation in unit 0 in the final token. Because L2MP is a bit too complicated. Not complicated, but this is something that is unusual for VCs. So they want to have like a proper allocation vested, of course, like they can't get all the tokens in one shot. But they want to have the final token. It might be like wrapped into L2MP as it was planned. So I think there's going to be like different options. And I have another idea about L2MP that can really actually be really helpful. It's I can basically tell you like, but don't ask me for details. Now it's related to node sales. You can check what it is. Node sales. Some projects are doing this mostly in the pin space, and they're doing that very successfully. Will Waves L2 will have own API or will use the but Galka. Actually, L2 is pure Ethereum, which makes it pretty different from other L2s because you have some kind of like modified L2 usually. In our case, we have pure Ethereum. Like this is something that you know differentiates us from other L2s because usually if you run some kind of ZK approach, you have to modify a VM a bit, for example. You know, in our case, it's just 100% Ethereum, including APY, RPC and all that. Let's also support BAI token public sale. Yeah, support the guys. I'm retweeting. They're like Waves OGs. I wish them well. And I think they have a very good AI project because they have so many shitty AI projects, but their project is good. It's really good. It's like it's solid, I would say, very solid. Carlos, hello Sasha, how are you today? I'm fine. How are you, Carlos? ¿Cómo estás? Had the WX team said anything about yes, XTN will be transferred. I talked to people in charge today, actually. And they promised to do that finally. Yes, Vitaly, I saw your message. It should be done today. I'm sorry because I'm not doing this, and there's like a lot of moving pieces here. So I reached out to people in charge, and they promised to do it today. If we get enough funds, we'll use some to repay. Yeah. So if there is a way to resolve the situation fast, it will be resolved fast, man. So I because obviously I wanted to have it like, you know, have it forgotten. you know. So the sooner the better. Are you in Dubai now? Yes, I'm in Dubai now. Yes, I'm gonna be speaking at the conference on Monday here. Uh, yeah. So if you want to come in, it's like, yeah, Galka wants to create some like aggregated API. It is possible in theory, but yeah, actually, I, but why? Yeah, I have to think about it. I don't see any benefits. Uh, Vladimir is working on puzzle V3, like Uniswap V3, and there is gonna be puzzle V3, concentrated liquidity for pools with multiple tokens, not with like 2 tokens, but with like 3+, which is awesome. What platform is XTN buyback occurring on? It's on Swap, actually. Uh, Tell people about solar waves. Yeah, Mr. Perks is gonna launch a DAO based on his solar panel project in Latin America, which I will support, like marketing wise, not financially, but with all my heart, like. So I think it's a pretty awesome idea. The final setup will be revealed later, but we discussed it with him. Basically, the idea is to sell NFTs for each panel. And those NFTs are like interest bearing. They like give you APY because each panel has some kind of like recurrent profit. And I think it's a pretty awesome idea. And basically, there's going to be like a DAO for this, and there's going to be some guarantors actually, some people who stake their power tokens in the DAO to make sure that in case if the payments stop, people don't lose money. That's the idea. You need 20K waves to be a full node on units. Currently, yes, but that number can be tweaked. So actually, I think it can be like reduced in the future. Add new stake pair on WX. Which one? Yeah. So yeah, Galka, you should formulate this idea. I think some kind of like aggregated API is feasible. Yeah, but just we need to understand the benefits. When can we expect to see some VC traction? But it's happening, man. It's like it's not visible. Yeah. So and once we are ready, everything will start at once. So some like VC announcements, also testnet campaign, everything. Uh, Tron, Solana, yes. I understand what you mean. How ready is units to be launched? Yeah, so basically we're pretty close because we have it on the testnet. And next week, uh, you'll be able to install your own node, even if you're not like in some private miners groups on Waves. Actually, you will be able to just install the node and check it out for yourself. Hello, Sasha. Hi, man. Hola, Carlos. Un saludo. Hola, amigos. Any update on the Power Police report? Yes, I'm waiting. There's some back and forth between KuCoin and police. So give them a few days. It's happening. How is this VC funding helps extend price? Man, maybe you can figure out the answer yourself, like just give it a try, just exert yourself a bit, man. Isn't No, Galka, it's not like that. I won't even comment. Just think about it a little, and you'll understand that you're wrong. No. When unit network launch? Good question from Caribbean community. So ETA, like approximate launch date, I think is moving towards August because the time should be right, because that will be a success, but it will be a success when it's launched at the right time. So what's up with the audit? Audit is a buyback, so nothing is changing in that regard. Waves have to examine Telegram airdrop. There are so many airdrop groups now, and we are working with some. Power, yes, guys, you will receive power ASAP. Can Neutrino launch something on units index? Sure. Units delayed to August. Uh, Exchanges launch will be not sooner than August. Yes, this is obvious. And actually, because not so easy, and we shouldn't be in a hurry. There shouldn't be any rush with this, because only the result matters, So if we rush, we might fail. So we need to do it right at the right time, and then everything's going to be fine. So the product itself is almost ready. Maybe we need like until May, maybe mid-June to finalize it. But we need to build up the community, and VCs, exchanges, everything should fall in place. Where are the promised airdrop from last year's to wave stakers? You mean power token? Yes, it will be done, man. So it was promised, but the date was not set. And I'm not like trying to trick you, you know. So yeah, so the next thing for power is, and it started this week actually. It's like Mother DAO onboarding. So we're gonna attract more people directly into the main DAO. So they're able to buy power tokens directly. And actually, it's good for power because a percentage of those buys goes through the market, actually. So there is some buy pressure. And what the idea here? Basically, if you buy power, your goal is to make sure that power token goes up in price. And you can decide on different proposals with this goal to increase the price of power. This is the idea behind Mother DAO participation, because it's like there is two sides. So this one side is like governance, but for the governance to work properly, power tokens should be valuable and scarce, and it should have uh, be like it should have a pretty high price, you know. So it should be priced pretty highly. So that's why another objective for Mother DAO is increasing the price of power. So basically, you buy power, and your money goes to the treasury, and decide what to do with that money to increase the price of power. I think it's a pretty neat idea, you know. So you just buy a token and you do everything yourself. You are able to do everything yourself with the community, of course, but you can like participate. You can chip in with your ideas. You do everything to make it grow. And this campaign is starting. It started basically this week. I forgot to mention there is a couple of things we need to add. So it's some kind of like you know, soft launch. We need to add a referral program. And the next step will be like onboarding some KOLs, Twitter, whatever, Telegram, and making power token go to the moon. In this case, the goal is to make it very, very expensive. You know, so it's not a financial advice, but this is like the idea behind this protocol, you know, because if governance based on power token works, uh, the other way around. The only way for, not the only way, but like the necessary condition for this governance to work is a very high price of power token. This is it. So we are starting working on that. And getting back to that airdrop, yes, it's time to do it actually. So we have this like hack in Power protocol when hackers, like I mentioned it about KuCoin, they gained access to an address that had minting rights. So they issued some power and they sold it. So now it's probably not the best time to do that airdrop. But once the campaign is in full swing, I think we're gonna do this airdrop. So it's gonna happen pretty soon. What is the plan for NSBT locked? Yeah, man, but it's Wind. Wind is working, and still we have this plan to launch index on EVM chains, including units. So yeah, and NSBT guys will get some kind of like retro drop for this. How much does Wind earn daily from trading fees? Man, I have to check. Yeah, I'm kind of like focusing on other stuff now. I'll tell you in the next AMA for sure. There is some issue with marketing DAO. Yeah. Uh, I was told, I forgot. So over the weekend, man. I'm sorry. I want a project on waste. Can you help me? Can you donate? Uh, Please apply for some funding in Waves DAO. If you have a good project, people will vote for you. And I'm not like deciding anything now. I don't remember when I voted in the DAO, by the way. Uh, yeah, Vladimir answered 10% annually. Awesome. 10% APY is cool. 20% is something that you can only dream of, actually, if it's stable, because you don't really have it in TradFi. You don't have 20% APY. Okay, guys, more questions. Okay, I'm in Dubai now. Like you can see Dubai behind me. It's obviously Dubai. It's marina in Dubai. Yeah. Very nice weather here. 40 degrees, just the way I like it. When good times. Man, whenever you want it, it's up to you. What else should I tell you, guys? Okay, so this is some kind of like low-key AMA, but it's okay because I decided not to cancel because why? Yeah, Ivan on Tech, yes, actually, maybe Ivan on Tech worked with us a couple of years ago. Yeah, I'm glad that he's doing fine. 40 degrees is nothing. 50 degrees is something, It's not 50 here yet. Okay. Give me a couple more questions, guys. So, or I will make some summary. Uh, when 1K TPS, send it, man. Send those 1K TPS and see what happens. Yeah, what's coming next week? Public unit node. So anyone will be able to install it. I think I will have another MA Tuesday, maybe Wednesday next week to announce this because this is big and this will kick off marketing. And there's going to be like a lot of videos, a lot of podcasts coming. So starting from the next week, several publications are coming next week in good crypto media, top tier one. So it's starting. So this like some kind of like calm before the storm, because as I said, I hope that we would release the public unit now this week, but testing is a bitch, it usually takes more than you expect. Even if everything goes well, and actually everything was going pretty well. So the public release will happen around Wednesday next week, and that's when we're gonna have some more public AMA. Yes, but since I love you, I decided to do the regular one as well. Why don't you try to relaunch virus before units? Because it wasn't funded, man, if you remember. So there was like a funding proposal because I have to pay coders. They don't work for free. And I can code it myself, so, and it wasn't funded. You can see that proposal, basically, unfortunately, we asked for, I don't remember how much, 1 million XTN, I think. Yeah, but it didn't happen. So yes, I think we will make another attempt after units has been launched. But the idea was to launch some kind of like fixed interest protocol. But I think it should be tweaked because if you know Pendle, there is a EVM project, and it's really good. And they actually do exactly this in a more like DeFi way. But I think they're good. So I have to think a little more. Uh, about virus. We are again, guys. Yeah, BitStreet is asking, guys. Even if nothing is like publicly announced, you still have to keep those testnet transactions going because they will be accounted for once the questing platform has been launched. So you're gonna receive points for everything that you do on the testnet currently. So keep those transactions up, guys, because it's gonna pay you. Um, only this news, man. What else do you want? When swap fee update on units? Yes, swap fee actually launched DEX protocol. Pendler is good, yeah. Uh, give some love to the Latino community. Hello, amigos. I love you all, and Latino community is one of the strongest community on Waves, actually. I think this is like right behind the Turkish one and the Korean community. So hopefully it's gonna grow because there is a lot of action in Latin America. There is a lot of Latin America influencers. Can you ensure that there is a platform that all the devs are in one location? Some aggregator, yeah. I think we should add more DMs to dep radar, for example. When can we receive unit rewards for handwave staked? It hasn't been announced yet, man. Wait, it hasn't been announced yet. At least wait for the announcement. How can I add units testnet network to MetaMask? Just check lower left corner. There is a link on the Explorer website. So you find Explorer link at units.network, and then you go to the lower left corner, and there is like a link that will connect MetaMask to the testnet. How wind fees are going to be distributed? Yeah, it was announced, maybe Vladimir, because I kind of like, so let me, uh, I mean, I just forgot, I'm sorry, so because we have discussed it, but it happened 2 weeks ago, and so many things are happening that I won't tell you anything about it because I fear that I'll fuck up. So I think they are shared between the DAO. They go to the DAO, man. Right. Web page, sure. Units.network. Units.network. Tomasz. You're welcome. Okay, guys, so a couple more questions. and I will let you go. If there is no questions, I wish you a very productive week, a very nice weekend, and when they are dropped, stay tuned for the announcements, please. It's coming. Stay tuned. Do those testnet transactions, do those swaps, and you're going to be rewarded. We have only one D app currently. This is swap on units with the expert on SBT, Phoenix. And you can ask in Neutrino chat about the plans. Okay, I'll hang around for a couple more minutes. Okay, guys, so wait for the public testnet with the public code, and that will kick off the campaign. So it's coming. Okay, have a nice week. Unit is coming, power to the people, and ride on waves. I love you all. Till next time.